Questions still remain for the family of one of Alabama's most well-known missing persons cases, especially after a prime suspect's suicide. Good evening, I'm Jack Royer.
And I'm Sherry Jackson. The nation watched as Walker County neighbors searched for Carrie Lawson. The woman had been kidnapped from her home in 1991. CBS 42 News reporter Michael Clark joins us now live after talking with her family almost 3 decades later. Michael?
Yeah, Sherry, Jack, Carrie Lawson's sister Margaret tells me it's been especially difficult here lately after the death of both of her parents. And as time passes, she wonders if she'll ever know the truth about what happened to Carrie, but she isn't giving up hope.
We were always a family of 4 missing one person.
Without her other half for almost 28 years now.
If you talk to 10 people that knew Carrie, you would hear the same exact thing. She was the kindest person.
Margaret Cubison isn't sure she'll ever learn what happened to her sister Carrie, kidnapped from her Jasper home as she got into her car with her husband in 1991.
There's always hope that someone will come and say, I really know what happened because I was there. But we've had people do that before and be just flat out lying about it.
For months, neighbors helped search while the FBI tried to capture the ransom-demanding kidnapper, but the 25-year-old Alabama law graduate was never found.
3 different people had confessed to murdering her, took them out to go look at some burial site, and they get a backhoe, and it turns out the guy was just lying to get a field trip out of prison.
A man named Jerry Bland was developed as a suspect, but investigators say he shot and killed himself as they closed in. His cousin Carrie McPherson was sentenced to life in prison for kidnapping.
We never believed that Jerry Bland was the only one involved. We never believed, we're not 100% sure he really killed himself. There are just so many questions that remain.
After Lawson's death, Cubison's father hired private detectives to try and find his daughter, even talking to McPherson in hopes of finding her body.
She sat there for 4 or 5 hours talking to my dad about things that he thought might be true about other people that were involved and things. So he sent the tapes to the FBI. They immediately said she's lying.
In this video from our CBS affiliate in Chattanooga, investigators searched wooded areas, stop pits near mines, and other locations in multiple counties, eventually to no avail. That doesn't mean investigators have given up. Attorney General Steve Marshall knew Lawson and her husband from law school.
It continues to be obviously a very important case to me personally, just because I know more than most kind of the people and those that are involved, and there's nothing more that I could do for that family than, as Attorney General, be able to give them not only some hope but some understanding potentially about whether or not there were other people involved.
Marshall points to other cold case arrests, like a suspect in a 1999 double homicide in Ozark, and hopes there are more answers for other victims' families like the Lawsons.
It's clearly an open case, and this in fact has been with our office since around 2001, and so multiple administrations the case has been in the office, and again, not being the lead agency but also supplementing the work that others are attempting to do.
Cubison wonders how social media might have helped gather tips if it existed during the case, but then thinks about the pain it's caused from those posting false tips and rumors online, and psychics who called claiming to know where her sister is buried.
And I know I'll see her again, but if I've followed a lot of that darkness just to find her bones here on earth, I might not see her again in heaven.
Tonight, Cubison still has hope she'll learn what happened, but until then, she's found comfort in her faith and family surrounding her after almost 28 years.
To a certain extent, it's kind of part of my DNA because it's been over half my life that she's been gone.
We reached out to the Jasper Police Department but never heard back. Meanwhile, the Alabama Department of Corrections website lists McPherson as having a parole hearing in August of 2021, though she was denied in her most recent attempt. We'll have much more on this story on our website at CBS42.com. For now, reporting live, Michael Clark, CBS 42 News, local coverage you can count on.